Hello and welcome to FlyerMaker Pro training. My name is Stan Hartke and today we're going to be taking you through the workings of FlyerMaker Pro. We are currently on the Matrix login page, which is wrist.mlsmatrix.com. We're going to enter our username and password to log in. Maybe. There we go. And once we're logged in, we're simply just going to do a search for some listings here. So we'll go up to search, choose residential. Let's put in some criteria of area 701 and let's do list price of $200 plus $1,000. And we go to results. You'll notice on the results screen we have a new icon called FM to the far right. That stands for FlyerMaker Pro. If you want to do a flyer on one of these properties, simply just click on the FM icon and that'll launch FlyerMaker. The other place where this is located is if you go to the listing detail sheet. Up at the top in this row of icons, you now have the FlyerMaker Pro icon at the very top as well. So simply clicking on this link here opens a new window, and this starts the flyer for 2649 Shady Tree. Before you get started doing your first flyer, I would recommend going into this View Your Listings section, and you're going to set up your broker logo and agent photo. So this would be your office logo. If you click on that, there may be something in there already, but if you need to upload your actual office logo, you can click on Select File, browse your local computer, and then upload that logo to be attached to your flyers there. Same thing with the agent photo. Click on that, make sure your agent photo is appearing and or that you have the current agent photo. If not, just go ahead and select File, and you can go ahead and browse to upload that agent photo. And then last but not least, there's the user information here. Open up that section, just make sure that your contact information all appears correctly here. Save it, that way it gets updated on the flyers as well there. So we will use the back button here to get back to our flyer then. We're working on a flyer for 2649 Shady Tree. There's a section for your safe flyers. If you've done flyers in the past, and did some customization, there would be a list of flyers that you've done in the past, and you could choose from those, or there's some preset templates here down below, and simply clicking on the template will get that, will launch that flyer and get us started here. So what it's got to do, this listing has 44 photos, so it might take a little longer, but what it's going to do is transfer the photos from the Matrix servers over to the FlyerMaker Pro servers, and it's going to format those for display on the report here. So we'll give this a little time for it to upload. One note, in our new system Matrix, we have the ability to do up to 100 photos per listing there. So all 100 photos, if there are 100 photos, would be available to drag and drop into the report or the flyer that we're working on. So we'll just wait for this to finish up here. Okay, when the status bar completely fills, then you'll have a click here to proceed, and this will launch the actual flyer and the tools in order to modify that flyer. Okay, so here is our flyer. It immediately takes us to tools where we can just save and print this if we're happy with the default product that comes out of the default template, but you have the ability to modify pretty much anything on this report here. So starting at the bottom here, we have the text editor where you can go in. If you need to modify something in the remarks section here that gets pulled over, you can do that. If you want to remove the remarks section and drop in room dimensions, there's a table for room dimensions that you can insert. Additional features would be things like beds, baths, square footage, all that kind of stuff you could drop in. And then they also have a 15-year amortization schedule that you could drop in there so you could see what the payments would look like and things like that. So those are the different things that you can drop in. The text can all be modified. The font size can be modified, as well as the font type can be modified. So like the address here up at the top, since this is a script type of font here, we might want to make this a little larger, so we can go here and change the font size. Let's try to make that a 36, and then make that box a little wider so we've got a little bit larger address at the top there. Same thing with price, you could modify that, and then the text down here that shows for the contact information for the agent that's logged in. If you need to make changes to any of that, you can click in that text box and make changes as well. So that is the text editor feature. Make sure to click on update changes if you make any changes within this section. The next section here would be the preset flyers. You've already chosen a flyer as of this point, but if you've gotten in here and you don't like that template or design layout, you can always change it on the fly within this section here. It'll undo all the changes that you've made and apply a new template to this section here. So we will skip out of preset flyers, go into clip art and QR codes. This currently already has a Realtor MLS logo on the report. If I were going to use this in a brochure box, I would probably want to include an equal housing opportunity logo, so you can click and drag that onto the report. We've got the Realtor logo as well. Under miscellaneous clip art, if we click on that, we've got some other things that you can use for like a call now. We've got that actually already showing on the report, but some of these are like new listing or price reduction. If it's a price reduction, you can click on it and it inserts that that logo here up at the top of the report. So just some nice little clip art features here that you can choose from. The next section here in the editor would be the backgrounds. If you click on this, we have several different backgrounds to choose from. There's already one in place on this report, but if we want to change it, we certainly can do that. And you'll notice on some of these reports, like or the backgrounds, you'll notice that when you choose some of these, it's kind of hard to read the text. It doesn't mean that that report can't be used. What we can do later on is go into the tool section and lighten the background so we can still make out all the text and stuff like that that appears on the report. So so we will go ahead and leave that that winter background there. Let's go to photos. Here's all 44 of the photos that we were working with here. If you want to replace any of these, you can simply click on the photo and hit the delete key on your keyboard. You can do that with any content that actually shows up here. And then if there's something that you want to drop in here, say for instance the picture of the kitchen, you can just click and drag that and drop it onto the report. There's some other nice features here that you can do with photo. So you'll notice the main photo here has kind of like a rounded oval effect. You can apply that to pretty much any photo that appears on the report here. So if we want to do an oval on this picture, we select the photo and say we want to apply a oval transition. You can do the same thing for this one here. Let's do rounded top on that one. Just kind of gives it a different look or feel. So you can play around with those tools. All these photos can be resized just by grabbing the corner and dragging. So, and then the last section here, tools. You've got the Add Agent Photo, Add Broker Logo. Both of those already appear on the report. We're logged in as the trainer Keith. He's got his agent photo here. His office logo is CoreLogic. So we can click, drag that, maybe make it a little larger. If this report did not contain an agent photo or office logo, you could simply click on those and it would insert it into the report. You could upload your own background if you have a nice photo that you've taken and you want to apply that to a real estate flyer. You could upload your own background. And then when we were talking about choosing different backgrounds, if they're too dark, you can go in here and kind of wash them out a little bit. If we do like a 70%, it doesn't seem as hard to read maybe this remark section, and or we could maybe increase the font in order to make that more viewable there. So, and then last but not least is save and print. This will save the flyer as a PDF file, and you can take that PDF file, email it, and or print it. So this was a quick overview of FlyerMaker Pro. We hope you find that this is a tool that you can use in your business. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. My name is Stan Harkey, and my email address is stan, S-T-A-N, @ristinc, WRISTINC.com. Thank you, and have a great day.